may be able to finish this today. I'm not sure. I definitely want to finish the top. So, let me show you. I cut up some more of the angle iron. 45-degree angles. And I want to grind off as much of the paint as I can. And I'll use this for part of the top. I think I have some old plywood in the material container that I'll be able to finish the top with. That's the plan for today. I do have my Menards hoodie on because we're going to Menards today. And if you go to Menards and you have Menards advertisement, they treat you better. I get the frame welded up. I usually just weld one corner, then I'll do the same with the other corner, then I'll weld them all together. Alright, we got the lid frame made, and what the plan is, or at least what my plan is I'm going to get a piece of plywood and drill it down in here, and then it'll fit and close just like that, and it fits. Before I do break out the table saw, it's time for Menards. $110,000 miles. Away we go. Hallelujah. think I'll get myself something pretty.
Like you? Pretty like you?
Yes. Hmm. 4.5. 5, 4.5. Ooh, $100 for a grinder. 64. It's my hinges for what I'm building. Some are rusty. I should have got the non-rusty one. So well.
Want to go back?
No, it's fine. Are you getting planting stuff already?
I'm just getting some couple bags of compost for the greenhouse. I'd like to get it laid down early, and our compost pile is still froze, so I haven't amended that soil for a long time.
In the greenhouse.
Yeah.
Now what I'll do is I'll weld some steel in here instead of screwing it, instead of drilling holes and screwing the board down from the top and having all those screws showing through. I just weld some steel along the edges here, and that'll do it. So I found this piece of flat stock here. It's just the right size. See that? And I'll just cut 4 corner pieces, just 4 squares with the Metabo, and just weld in the 4 squares. So 4 3x3 inch squares. Yep. One for there. One for there. One for here. And one for there. I made sure the welds were flush with the frame, which they seem to be. And we'll put the hinges on like that. And there won't be any screw holes along the top. Smooth side, upside down. Because I like that rugged look, as many of you already know that. I do have a handle for the top. Not sure if I have any chains though. But screw that down right on top here. Need to put chain in there to catch the lid open like that. I guess you could call it done except for paint. But I wanted to put some designs on the box. But I might have to think about that for a while. But there you go again. Something out of nothing. I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret. You know, I'm older now, so I can pretty much talk freely. Because no one cares. And if they did care, I wouldn't care. So, my secret is I have this addiction to cheap tools. Whether they're from Harbor Freight, or Walmart, or wherever, it doesn't matter where. You know, I have this addiction. Like, you're walking down the aisle, most hardware stores, you'll see them. You'll see a bin, and it's like $1, and there's a bunch of really crappy, cheap plastic tools in there, which are nice to, you know, keep in your junk drawer for 1 or 2 uses. You know, it's like I see this and I gotta pick through them. It's an addiction. It's maybe a bad addiction, but I think to myself oftentimes, well, if I only need it once or twice and it serves its purpose and it gets me out of a bind, or, you know, helps me so where I don't have to stop what I'm doing and run off to the hardware store to get a tool or something to keep going, that's always in the back of my mind. So if it's cheap enough, like this, I'll get it. You know, this is $15. It's a cutoff tool. It's an electric cutoff tool. Now, I have small 3-inch air cutoff tools, but my air compressor out here isn't the greatest. It's only, what is it? It's a 21 gallon, you know. I got the big one over in the tractor barn, but I need a bigger one out here. But so what attracted me to this was it was electric. And there's a lot of times I'm breaking out the Sawzall to finish those cuts that I'm using with the Metabo. So I don't have to make a cut all the way through and then have to fill in those, let's just say, elongated cuts that I didn't really need. So this would come in handy for that. This is like, you know, the returned item that is usually user error, or somebody broke it or did something or whatever and returned it. And then, you know, you get 5 days from Harbor Freight has a rule. You have 5 days if you go to that bin, if you don't like it, to return it. After that, you're on your own. So I don't know how much off it is. It can't be that much. Maybe between $5 and $10. But that's $5 and $10, right? So I grabbed it. I couldn't help myself. I can't help myself. So it has the owner's manual to it. I want to make sure it works. You never have too many cutoff tools, right? It's Chicago Electric. More than often, I do find myself, well, I shouldn't say that, twice, 2 times, I've taken things back to Harbor Freight that didn't work from Chicago Electric, and here I am going for another one. I bought a pack of 3-inch cutoff discs, also at Harbor Freight, if I can find them. Here's what it looks like. Cheap plastic, everything, including the trigger. So here's my cutoff disc, cutoff wheels, 40 grit. You know, it also looks cool if somebody that doesn't know you comes over, and somebody that like doesn't know tools, doesn't know anything about tools, you know, like has an office job, or, you know, some cop, fireman, something like that, that doesn't, you know, work in the trades. They come over and they see awesome tools, and that makes me feel cocky. But they don't know how, you know, that they're cheap as shit. And I would never tell them. It's true. So I guess that's how you do it. I always check the RPMs. Max RPMs is 22,000. And speed on this is 20,000 RPM, so I'm good. You can see it's been used. Somebody, you know, people do that. They'll go get a tool from Harbor Freight or somewhere else, and they'll use it to do their project, and then they'll take it back after they're done. Said, I didn't like this. Or they'll say, you know, it just doesn't feel right. Hey, whatever reason, they'll take it back. Hopefully, I won't have to do that with this. I guess I should, you know, being it's such a cheap item, I guess I should, like, wear some kind of protection, huh? See, there's two ways that this goes on. One is the recessed, and a lot of time, in fact, all the time, if you put the recessed end down, it'll work its way loose and it won't stay in place. And so you got to put the flat side up, or down rather, flat side down, and tighten it. Let's see if that works. The guys, like I said, the cashier had mentioned that a lot of times people just, like me, don't read the instructions and just bring it back. So let's see. You know, I do have some other cut-off tools. That are similar to this that I could break out, I guess, but they're like multi-purpose tools. They serve several functions, like small saws and things like that. But I noticed it's got a little reset button. Maybe I think if you overheat it or something. It does have a lock button here. You could lock it on, I guess, if you wanted to. Yeah, that's what it does. It locks the trigger on. So it's cheap plastic, and it is a cheap tool. There it goes. But, you know, 15 bucks. 15 bucks in a pinch. That's gas money for me. That's gas money going to and from town. Easy. Maybe, probably more. But, yeah. I'm happy with it. Chicago Electric. Get a lot of stuff in there, boys. So yeah, I'm going to dress this up with some decorations. I want to reinforce. Spiders are out. I want to reinforce the interior a little bit. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. I guess it depends on what I'm going to put in it. But I like the way it came out. It came out nice. It's pretty plain. I don't like plain. But, you know, I do like unique. So they're all unique. Anyway, we're always doing something around here. Always. Talk to you later.